So, okay. All right, now I got YouTube in. Let me put my, all right, I got a comment. I have a comment on Facebook. Yes, I have tried to fix my credit. Did it work for you? Daniel, Mr. Beasley, thank you. You sent me an email. Have I responded? Periscope. Let me know if I responded on Periscope. If not, I definitely will try to respond by tomorrow. I have so many emails. My website is up. I need a moderator, someone to help me on each platform, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube watching live. Thanks, Facebook, for sharing. The audience is building up. Hello, Mr. Williams. Hello, Jesus. Thank you all for tuning in. YouTube, I need you all to do something as well as you all are tuning in. You know what to do at this time. YouTube wants you to hit the thumbs up. Yep. Hit that thumbs up button. YouTube, and make sure that you may have to hit that X out of the live chat. And let me know if you all, everybody can hear me well. It didn't work for me, and maybe I didn't do it correct. All right, so that's on Facebook. So I'm asking the questions. Hello, Periscope. Hello, Periscope. Periscope, let me know. I see a little glare in the background. If I need to, thank you, Jesus, if I need to kill that background light. I don't know what that means on Periscope term, please. But I'm acknowledging everyone, so your do now is to show some hearts. Thank you, Periscope. Instagram is doing it as well. Facebook, make sure that you share this on your timeline. And I thank for my super hearts that I've been receiving on Periscope. I definitely appreciate that. So, thank you so much for the digital love. So, hey, this is about credit and credit only. If you need a dating website, Periscope said I need a wife, then maybe you should try Black People Meet or some of those single people dating website. Because right now, I'm going to be honest with you, Periscope, I am married to the credit and cash flow game. I had 3 disputes today that I did, and they were heavy hitters, right? Kenneth on YouTube. I'm telling you, I mean, they were heavy hitters. I don't know why I decided to take on all of them in one day, but I did. I just kind of wanted to get my weekend plan and get that out the way. And so I had some people with credit that I'm talking about 5 or more charge offs and collection. It was well over 10. But hey, it got done. All right, it got done nevertheless. And so got those out the way. So I want to come before you about why do-it-yourself credit repair may not be working for you. And I want you to know that a lot of people that give the testimony that my credit score is increased or I've repaired my own credit, through a do-it-yourself program, it's a hit or miss, right? But when you have very complicated, complex situations on your credit report, the bankruptcies, the charge-offs, even collection sometimes. For example, did you all know that when your charge off is sold, right, you have a charge off account that is no longer your debt, right? They have sold that instrument of indebtedness to another company, to someone else. And so not only are you, if it's sold, let me put this disclaimer out there. And I do want to put this disclaimer out there as well, that I'm not an attorney. I'm not an esquire. I don't give legal advice. So when it comes to your financial situation, if you feel like you need that legal advice and that, representatives of certification, by all means, please go out and do it, especially when it comes to you showing up to court, defending yourself, or disputing these laws. If you're trying to do things yourself, right? And so I'm just a person that, have looked at hundreds of credit reports and have advised people through customized, tailor-made, okay, Periscope, I answer that later on. Tailor-made, fit for them affidavits, which are legal documents to help them repair and restore their credit, right? So everything I say, if you need, legal attorney, or you may be, taking this to court for yourself, representing yourself, then if you need that legal advice, this is a disclaimer, then you definitely need to get that, right? So thank you so much, Dixon Reynolds. So let's talk about Metro 2 compliance, right? What is Metro 2 compliance? Is one well-known company that I know that talks about what Metro 2 compliance is in relation to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. All right, Facebook, they say they can't see or hear me. Let me know if anyone else on Facebook is having some issues with that. Facebook. Because I think I have two platforms going on at once on Facebook. So you all let me know, because it's still showing that I'm live on Facebook. Thank you, Periscope. Periscope is still flooding in. The digital hearts, the digital love. Let me know how things are going on Facebook, or if it's freezing, or what the situation is. Facebook, not getting any comments. Okay, hold on. Let me do something right here. And okay, you see me, Benjamin? Do you see me on my page, on my personal Facebook page, or do you see me on my? Hold on, let me show this up. You all will get all good. Okay, thank you so much. All right, all good. And so you have this Metro 2 compliance that I think it was 2000. Was it about 2005, right? The credit agencies, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they began to complain, right, to the credit bureau, which is the CFPB, the Consumers Finance Protection Bureau, that hey, these consumers are making these fraudulent claims, right, concerning their credit, and they're just asking for physical signed documents, with their wet ink signature on it for verification, right? And they said that's not accurate. Okay, thank you, Daniel. We don't feel like that's fair that all they have to do is ask for physical contracts, with their signature on it for verification, right, or for validation. Because just think about it. I want you all to think about it. And YouTube, let me put my comments on for you all. Okay, I got my top chat. I want you all to think about it. If all you needed was a physical signed contract bearing your signature, meaning with your signature and wet ink, to get anything deleted or removed off your credit report, then why would credit cards offer you or have the opportunity for you to apply for credit cards without your signature? If all you had to do was go to the Fair Credit Reporting Act and say, hey, this credit card, for example, maybe gave you a charge off because you had paid on the account in 6 months. And if all you had to do is say, hey, show me the contract with my signature on, applying for this card to get that charge off deleted, then why would the Fair Credit Reporting Act have that disclaimer in place, right? So there's something I've seen on a lot of do-it-yourself products that's inaccurate, that people are asking for physical signed contract with their signature on it. And so it was at one point called the Metro 1 compliance system. And the Metro 1 compliance system actually would allow this type of verification. And again, remember, I'm talking 2005, right? YouTube, I only have one thumbs up on YouTube. I need you all to give me the thumbs up, or I will close it, exit out, and just stay live on Instagram, Facebook. And thank you. I'll get more thumbs up. And Periscope, right? And so what happened was, okay, the Federal Trade Commission, the CFPB, Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, said, okay, we will put more disclaimers in place, right? We won't make it this easy to dispute something or to challenge something on your credit report. So we're going to mandate something that's called, and let me say this, all credit agencies, okay, thank you, Michael. The major credit agencies all have 𝒲𝒽 system. So when you hear this information from do-it-yourself products about you can beat 𝒲𝒽, beat the electronic system, put write the document out so the computer won't recognize the documentation. That's a really waste of time, and it doesn't get results, right? Because all what happened in that case is that a live person will have their eyes on your credit report, right? But they're looking at your credit report, and they're going to say, okay, it's not typed, and so let me look at this and put what disputes that this consumer is disputing based off of this documentation. And so they're going to enter the disputes into 𝒲𝒽 system, which is the electronic verification system that the credit agencies have, because they don't have the manpower. There's no way. It's no human person that can decide the outcome of your dispute. Meaning that even if human eyes are on your dispute, they cannot break the law and say, okay, I'm going to bypass the mandated documentation process, and now that I'm looking at this, I'm going to delete this account, right? That's illegal. Their only job is they're going to enter your dispute code, which 𝒲𝒽 reads it by a 2 or 3 digit code, into the system, right? And so now what happens is that the credit bureau, which is the CFPB, a lot of people call credit agencies and bureaus the same thing, which is not true. They have to have an automated dispute verification going on. So it's an automated credit dispute verification. It's called the ACDP, right? I want you all to put this in this comment. I want you to make a mind message connection and stay connected, cut everything around you off so you can really, really understand how this works. Hello on Instagram, Mr. Ware. And so it's called an ACDV, Automated Credit Dispute Verification. And so what this does is they put it into 𝒲𝒽, and now it's an automated dispute verification, right? And they send that to the furnisher of the information on your report, whether it's Credit One, Capital One. Thank you for the digital love. A debt collector, right? Maybe a smaller credit agency, Innovis, LexisNexis, right? They send this ACDV to them, and then the furnisher or whoever places information or reported on your credit report now had to send information back to the credit agencies. And now the furnishers have to have a software that talks and connect with 𝒲𝒽 electronically. That's called Metro 2, right? And so they changed it from Metro 1 that requesting physical verification to now a system called Metro 2, right? And so what Metro 2 does is Metro 2, the furnisher has to have like a checklist or a checkbox, and they have to send it back, and it's in a data form, and they have to check off all of your information, and they have to send it back to the credit agency and say, okay, we verified this, right? And so Metro 2 is the only software that is compatible with 𝒲𝒽 to do this. But what happens with Metro 2 is is really, yeah, they have an algorithm. Thank you, on YouTube. But Metro 2 is held to higher court standards. And Metro 2 does not require physical verification with the signature. That's gone. That's old, right? Because the credit agencies complained that that was too easy. That's not a real accurate way to verify an account. And so what the Metro 2 database is, it allows now, when you are disputing or challenging something, and you send in your documentation, because under the old system of Metro 1 would not allow the two systems to communicate any documentation that the consumer sent in and said, hey, this is why this information is inaccurate. And it would not allow the images attached to be transferred to the two. So now Metro 2 allows the images, they can scan the images, send it to each other, and now the furniture on the other end can say, okay, I see this documentation that the consumers provided. If it's not correct, whatever, and they check off, and they provide another copy, right, to the credit agencies. And this people is what you should be asking for whenever you are challenging or disputing something on your credit report, right? Because this copy that they send, if you go to court, is way more than a $1,000 fine under the Fair Credit Report, right? Because they are pretty much saying it could be considered as fraudulent if they check off this document through the Metro 2 system, and through the copy that they provide back to the credit agencies. And if they are stating that everything is correct, everything aligns up, this information is, accurate. I'm from Mississippi, and they sing this old gospel song that I'm trying to get 100 because 99 and a half won't do. And that's how it works with the credit agencies. 99 and a half won't do. They have to have all of your information 100% correct. Your balances cannot be $1 off. It can't be $10 off, right? And so if you know how to request for this copy under the Metro 2 that the furnisher sends back to the credit agencies, and I'm calling them agencies because that's the correct name. A lot of people call them credit bureaus, and that's incorrect. Then that's how you get things either updated, right, to show positive, or deleted off of your credit report. And when you know those Metro 2 compliance, you are powerful. So one thing, for example, that Metro 2 requires is that they have to personally identify your personal information. It has a lot of compliance. And this is called personal identifiers, right? Meaning that they have to verify with accuracy your addresses, because your addresses are streamed or connected to negative accounts. And so that's why I tell people, they don't understand how big deal this is to have one name, one address, one phone number, and no job reporting on your credit report. Because a lot of times these jobs and how this reporting on your credit report is how a lot of debt collectors can take you to court and garnish your paycheck. And so personal identifiers is what that category of Metro 2 in is one form of verification is called. And if you don't know how to delete an address that's connected to a negative account, then that by law is a method of verification. And I have some people, particularly on my YouTube channel, that say, deleting addresses is easy. Only time deleting an old address is easy is when that old address is not connected or streamed to a negative account. But if it's connected to a negative account because it's one of the ways that your information can be verified, then it's not easy to remove, right? It could be very challenging. So you don't need documentation in wet ink. This was under the Metro 1 version. You need what that documentation is called under the Metro 2 versions, that the furnishers, your creditors, send back to the credit agency, because that's a like big dollar fines if you go to court and they present that document before the judge, and the judge said, hey, this is fraudulent. You checked off and verified everything was correct, and it was not correct. So you have to know how to dispute. And did you all know, I want you all to participate, that you can get as much as a 25 to 100 point increase, for example, by just deleting your addresses and having one name, one phone number reporting, right? And so these are just some things about do it yourself that's just not true. Asking for physical signed contracts. You don't have to even apply for credit cards with physical signed contracts. So, don't get into that hype. Now, cases where, for example, your debt is sold to a debt collector, those cases, one way that you have to make a debt collector validate that debt is, oh yeah, you can send me a PM if you need help with your credit. Now I'm just telling you, maybe 2 or 3 business days, because I have a lot of clients. But sure, go ahead. Just don't be come to me and say, hey, every day or two, and say, hey, I sent you my credit report yesterday, and have you looked at it? Because just know, I have a lot of clients. But go ahead, because I get to people as quick as I can, right? Also, I need some people to be moderators on Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I need you all to put my website, because on my website now, I did it myself. I paid someone to do it, and they didn't do it the way I wanted it. So, I did the best I could. But on my website, if you want a credit analysis and you want to know how to get that done, it's a small investment of $50. You go to www.fixmycreditandcash.com. That's AND. Fixmycreditandcash.com. And it's a tab that's called Book Online. That's exactly what you can do to get that. You can pay online via PayPal, get your credit analysis. Just allow 3 to 5 business days for me to respond, right? And so you get 25 to 100 points just by doing that alone. So I tell people that if you are not removing all of your names that's reported on your credit report, all of your addresses, right, and then you're going to make it more difficult to remove anything that's negative, that's reporting, because negative addresses and names are reported to negative accounts. And under Metro 2, if your name has one misspelling, right, if it's spelled inaccurately, then then it's not reporting 100% information. That's true, right? And so you definitely need to start with that. And so when it comes to debt collectors, it's okay to ask for a contract with your signature, because they provided no services to you. So what gives them the right to collect money from you? You didn't purchase any products for them. They didn't provide any services. But you have to know how that contract will look in a court of law, right? A printout of a bill from the creditor that sold them your debt is not validation. And I'm using this terminology, thank you for the Digital Love Periscope, for a reason, because there is a difference between validation and verification, right? And so you need to know what language to use. So if they give you a printout in response and say, hey, this is validation, then you need the legal backup to say, hey, according to this legality report, this is not validation. And debt collectors will definitely go away, right? Because they have to provide by law a document of indebtedness. All right, did you all know that? Debt collectors, they have to provide a document of indebtedness. Administration process on the debt collector. I don't know what that means. You too, can you kind of explain it to me? So they have to provide the documentation, not a printout of a bill, from the company or creditor that they bought it from, right? But it has to be done a certain way and documented a certain way to where it's legal, right? And did you all know? Did you all know also that it's illegal to report charge-offs on your credit report after they are sold? Did you all know that? Thank you so much for the digital love, Facebook. That it is legal to report charge-offs on your credit report after they are sold, right? So no electronic printout in this case is considered validation when it comes to debt collectors. And this is something people don't understand as well. They become so excited about getting collections removed out their credit report, and that's fine. But I'm excited about not only getting them removed off my credit report, but if they cannot provide me the legal documentation of indebtedness to where I'm not now liable for the court, for the debt, I mean. I'm not liable for that debt. And I was just on my YouTube. A few days ago. I don't know if she's watching live now, but she was just informing me that, hey, I saved $3,500 from paying a debt collector because I'm listening to you live and listening to your videos, right? And so I mean, that's very, 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 very critical to know, right? And did you all know too that even when you ask for validation for debt collectors, right? And let's say you ask for that validation within 30 days, but they still report the collection on your credit report. It's fine. It's legal, I mean, for them to report it, even though they have not provided you that validation yet in that 30-day window. But after that 30 days is up and that debt collector had not provided you validation, then the credit agencies experienced Equifax and using had to delete that collection, right? And so that's what happened a lot of time is some people will ask for validation or the documentation of indebtedness from a debt collector, and the debt collector will know that, hey, I can't provide this documentation legally as evidence, and so they will try to hit you on the back end and then report that collections on your credit report. But if you show proof that they did not validate that, then, but it takes 30 days. Now, if you're over that 30-day window where you didn't ask for validation, then you have to get it deleted another way, right? Because you relinquish your legal rights. You didn't request validation, right? So back to the recap. Credit agencies use 𝒞𝓄𝓾 system, right? It's the only way furnishers collect with them is through 𝒞𝓄𝓾. And the Metro 2 format, the Metro 2 compliance, the requirements are very, very critical. They're very critical. It's if you go to court and through Metro 2, if you know how to request that, when you request that documentation that the creditor and the furnisher communicate through each other through Metro 2, they're updated or deleted because they know, hey, this person is powerful. They know we send physical documentation from each other. And I'm not saying bear with your signature on it, right? Another thing, and then I'm signing off. YouTube, and I will put this in the description of my other videos. Periscope, my email is in my profile description, and Instagram as well. Facebook, I will put this in the description when I upload the video. But I have on my, I didn't bring it in here. I have on my, no, I didn't bring it. On my YouTube, under my profile in this video, I have 3 links. Number 1, if you qualify for business credit, I have the company, my processor that I recommend that you go through to get your business credit, your business funding rather, right? But just know if you have a business and or a side hustle, this is what will qualify you. Number 1, you can't have more than 5 hard pulls or inquiries on your credit report within the last 2 years, 24 months. You can't have any negatives within the last 2 years, meaning late payments, collections or charge-offs, and you cannot have bankruptcy reporting, right? And bankruptcy can't be deleted as well. That also go through Metro 2 and the 𝒞𝓃𝓃 system, and they have to have that valid verification. Yes, I am from Jackson, Mississippi, Periscope. And so those are qualified for business credit. If you need that business credit, you want to use other people's money or the bank money to make more money, YouTube is under, I think it's I don't know, babe, what you're saying. You said ask for bills or particular from the debt collector. I don't know what you mean by that, because I think I just said it. That bills from a debt collector does not constitute validation under the law. And let me say this, and then I'm gonna get back on the you don't have bills from a debt collector. You don't have bills from a debt collector. They didn't collect they didn't provide any services from you. So even if they have the bills from the furnisher, that's not legal validation of debt. So if you want a more specific answer to that on YouTube, just give me a super chat. Mr. Guest, give me a super chat and I'll continue to answer the questions. If not, I'm going to stay on the topic. So the website is www.businesscredit.com. I think that's it. So if someone can put that in the comment, www.businesscredit.com if you qualify. Also, when I have some moderators, I'm confused. Why are people on Periscope asking me where am I from? What does that matter? I'm trying to help you with credit. What's the big deal where I'm from? But anyway, also, can I have some moderators on Instagram? Right, Kenneth. Oh my God. That's why people don't need to try to fix their credit themselves. Because you're in a bad situation and you're concerned about where I'm located and where my city and state. I shouldn't tell you that anyway. That may be a breach of my information. All right. Okay. My God, I won't let you all know anymore. I don't want you to know. You might try to look me up or something. I'm from Africa. Right. I'm from Africa. Periscope. I'm from Africa. This gonna be my answer from now on. I'm from Jerusalem. We are really the Jews. We were but anyway, we're the true Jews, so we're not African Americans really. But I won't even get into that. I'm Jewish, which I am. I really am. It's biblical too. So anyway, www.fixmycreditandcash.com. Look on Book Online if you need a credit analysis. Inquiry removal if you want to qualify for a home. Also, you're trying to get a mortgage. You cannot, you'll get denied if you have more than 6 inquiries within the last 6 months. Also, no late payments on the FHA to get qualified for an FHA loan. No charge off or collections. Now, a lot of people, a moderator for, just to put on YouTube these links that I'm spitting out in the comment section. www.fixmycreditandcash.com, my website. If you want business credit, www.businesscredittocash.com. I think it's already in my profile on YouTube, Facebook, if someone can do that, and Instagram as well. Comment that. And also FHA loan, to qualify for that, your bankruptcy has to be 2 years or older, right? And no negatives within the last 2 years. So that's why when a lot of people come to me to restore their credit, I look at the information window within the 2-year span, because oftentimes, except when it comes to business credit, that's what the lenders are looking for. Also, AU trade lines, just know they're not effective. It will show on your credit report as an authorized user, right? And so you need primary trade lines, meaning you need accounts that's connected to you. So if you are a person that's rebuilding your credit, right, and you don't have a major credit card reporting, or it's not reporting positively, and maybe went into charge off, maybe you have some recent late payments on it, And now you need to position yourself to get a major credit card so you can get qualified for business credit, because that's one of the qualifications as well. You want to get an Amex, a Discover, Visa, MasterCard, then I suggest you start with adding my Jewelers Club on. I will put all of this information in my YouTube after I upload the video. My Jewelers Club charge card, you get a $5,000 limit and a 𝒞𝓄coast card. So YouTube, I already have that in the video description. I have those links. With my Jewelers Club, you do get a hard pull on your credit report, but it's only one. It's from Experian. The qualifications from that is you cannot get denied unless you have a bankruptcy or you have a child support report on your credit report or tax lien, right? 𝒞𝓄coast Direct, I think it's but other than that, it's automatic approval. You just have to join both of their memberships and purchase like $100 products off of their website. Now, what this does is position you to get a $5,000 charge card limit reporting to your credit score, which is very high, right? We're not talking about $500 or $1,000, and it reports to all 3 credit agencies. And what a lot of people do is they get these cards and it may only report to Equifax or it may only report to Experian. And now your credit score, especially if you're trying to get a home, is not average across the board. So you want to build all 3 credit scores at the same time. And so if you don't have a major credit card, you need that for business credit, because they look at what's your highest credit card limit and how you've been managing that, right? And then that's how they match your business card and how much your credit or how high your credit limit would be. And if you are, I've heard some negative things about DSX, but that's just on YouTube. I haven't tried it. DSX and the 𝒲𝒽𝒾𝓋𝑒, I haven't heard, positive reviews about that on YouTube. But I do know 𝒞𝓄coast Direct and my Jewelers Club, is the go-to if you need, because what people don't understand that if you're removing negative items, you have to add positive, right? So if you're getting all these negatives removed, you have to add positive. And another thing is also be careful of credit sweeps. Be careful of people that's advertising or telling you I can get negative items removed in 15 to 30 days because you are impatient and whatever. I promise you, when I was looking for a home, I thought, hey, I found my dream home. I got to get this now, or this is this car. I'm telling you, in the home buying process, you'll come across many homes that you will be fine with. But you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you've got things deleted off your credit report through a credit sweep by claiming false identity theft, and these items have been deleted temporarily, because what the credit agencies do is they say, okay, this person is claiming identity theft, so we're going to remove these items temporarily until we do a thorough investigation, which is 30 days. And after that 30 days, if they found that information to be true and accurate, it will replace on your credit report. And some people pay as much as $2,500 for a credit sweep, so you need to be very careful of that scam and what's going on, because in 45 days you'll look good and then all this stuff compiled back on your credit report, and then the person who took it off is nowhere to be found. Actually they did what they promised to do. You wanted it, you needed it in 15, 30 days, and that's what they did. But it can reappear. The same thing with being added or paying for trade lines. That's why I gave you 2 primary trade lines. When you pay for trade lines or these AU trade lines that's on the social media, it may keep you on your credit report for 30 to 60 days, right? But then what happens when that trade line is not reported anymore? Your credit score is going to plummet again. It's going to fall again, right? Hello, Mr. Lee Brown, aka Les Brown. So you want to make sure that you are doing things to build your credit that will be, that's true and that will stay and remain to continue. Now, with the $5,000 charge cards with 𝒞𝓄coast Direct and my Jewelers Club, I recommend keeping those for 3 to 4 months until you get approved for a major credit card. Because just like business credit work, your major credit card companies will look at your highest limit on your other revolving credit, right? Revolving credit is credit cards and charge cards. Limits that revolve, you pay them off and they fluctuate and they always come back to you. It's never just gone, right? Or you can never just totally eliminate unless you choose to close the account like you can an installment loan, like a vehicle or a mortgage, right? And so get those trade lines, get approved after 3 months, of good reporting for now a major credit card at $5,000 or more. And then you apply for OPM or TBM, the bank's money, through business credit. And what I love about business credit is the credit cards, if you choose the right ones, will not show on your personal credit report. And now you have this money to conduct business. Like my friend girl, she's a t-shirt designer, and I asked her today, for example, do you do embroidery? She was like, no, I can't. I wish I did. I can't afford the equipment. But had she had business credit and business, she could use business credit cards to buy the equipment to now add the embroidery part to her business and expand and grow her business. And the charges or the balance will not show on her personal credit report. So be very wary. Trade lines will help you in this situation, though. If you're trying to get approved for a vehicle, right, it will temporarily boost your credit score for auto loan improvement, but it will not for business credit or mortgage. So you won't get approved with business credit with AU trade lines. They stopped that back into like 2000. But if you're trying to get a vehicle, you temporarily can, right? And let's say you have a $5,000 trade line or a $5,000 major credit card on your personal credit report, but you want to get approved for a higher business credit card, you can temporarily add, right, AU trade line is $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000, and then when you get approved for your business credit card, you'll get approved for a higher limit. Because you don't want to get approved. Look at a $5,000 business card, right? That's why you have business credit, because you want the limits higher to conduct and do business. But just know that would only work if you have at least 2 major credit cards. I know I'm saying one at a time. 2 major credit cards of your own. So if you don't have major credit cards of your own, then you need to start with 𝒞𝓄𝒾𝓉. I put the link in the when I upload the video in my Jewelers Club, and then apply after 3 months. So hey, I hope this all help you. If you want to know about Metro 2 and why it's powerful, why asking for physical verification or contract with your signature, or even asking for the method of verification, but not knowing what documentation to ask in that method verification. If you want to know why this is not powerful, watch this video, watch it more than one time, watch the replay, watch it over and over, because I drop a whole lot of jewels that if you're not familiar with Metro 1 and Metro 2, that you're going to have to listen to over and over again before it comprehends and sinks in. Any credit help, visit my website, www.fixmycreditandcash.com. Go to book online, let's get your credit analysis. Let's get you on the road to more credit and more cash flow. Check my Facebook inbox when I get a chance. I sure will. And also, you can drop me messages on my website. Drop me a line. I have this under the contact me button. It'll go directly to my email as well. So I do check my messages on Facebook every now and then, but I check my emails every day. So, I check my emails every day. Hey, I'm signing off. I hope this helped you. Why do-it-yourself credit dispute won't work anymore, and why just simply asking for a physical signed contract is irrelevant. They know you get credit cards approved without providing your signature, so why even, that's not, peace. That's not relevant. And if you just don't need to ask for the method of verification, you need to ask for the documentation that they use to verify your accounts as being 100% true through the Metro 2 compliance, and you need to get those addresses and names, all of those personal identifiers off your credit report, because that's a big deal under the new Metro 2 verification. Hey, I'm signing off Queen of Credit. Visit all those websites. Drop me an email, shalom, from Jerusalem, or visit that website. Hey, I see you.